My name is Terri Salinas. I've been with the Houston Fire Department for 30 and a half years now. Been with the Aircraft Fire and Rescue Division now for going on about 7 years. The change from suppression to aircraft fire and rescue was a big change for me. I spent 20-something years, 24 years out in suppression. And when I say that, that's house fires, car fires, EMS runs, and all that. Prior to getting in the fire department, I was a collegiate athlete, so I was in pretty good shape. And how I got into the fire department was I was pursuing a career in physical therapy. Went to work for a company in Sugar Land. One of my patients that was there was a fireman who had injured his back. Leading cause of injuries in the fire department. We all have bad backs. We got to talking to him, and he's like, "You look like you're in pretty good shape. Have you ever thought about being a fireman?" And that was his exact words. And I said, "Well, I didn't think women could be firemen." He's like, "Well, the Houston Fire Department has," at the time, they only had like 5 women in the department, and they were primarily in EMS. He said, "We're trying to increase our numbers of women. Would you be interested in applying?" And I'm like, "Tell me a little bit about it." I also knew I wanted to work I knew it was fire and EMS, and I always had the passion of helping people. And then we started fighting fire. And me being an athlete and the adrenaline and that just consumes me. That just consumed me, and I was like, this is cool. So it went from there, and there were a lot of guys at that time. This is in 1993. Not women in the fire department. We weren't supposed to have this job. We're not supposed to be here. It's a man's job. But I was fortunate. I had some people that were still that train of thought. But there were a lot of great men out there in the beginning that took me under their arms and showed me the roads and made me a pretty decent firefighter from what I've heard. The ladies before me really opened the door for us. But I will say the women that are currently and have been in this fire department, I think we have less than 100, and we may have a little more than that. And that's in 30 years, only 100 of us. But our women that have joined this service have district chiefs, deputy chiefs, assistant chiefs. They have really done great things, and it's something to be proud of for all the ladies. So, and I'm just following behind in their footsteps somewhere, but they definitely opened the door for me. I didn't open the door, so we have a very, very big responsibility out here. Bush Intercontinental Airport is the 7th largest airport in the nation. United Carrier is our biggest carrier out here. United has over about 80 gates out here. In the Aircraft Fire and Rescue Division, some people don't understand what we do. We respond to just about any emergency that could possibly come in, or has already happened. We have 3 stations out here at Bush Intercontinental. We have 99s right across the way. It's a very similar station, designed exactly the same as Station 54s. Across the way over there by the tower is another station, Station 92s. They have 3 crash rescue trucks, but they also have our paramedic unit over there. It's the medic unit that responds to medical emergencies out here, whether it's in the airplane, whether it's on the terminal, whether it's the ramp service workers, anything over there at the airport, medically, they will respond to those. Majority of the time, aircraft land safely. We just check them out, follow them to the end, talk to the pilot. You got any problems? Do you need our assistance? More than likely, either no, everything's good, we're done. We clear them, we declare them fire safe, or we declare them safe and we let them go back to tower and they go on to their way. Normally they go meet up with a mechanic somewhere over there and they tend to whatever issues they are. And Alert 3, on the other hand, that's when we're truly needed. And we, fortunately enough, out here we have not that many of those, but the point of us being in a standby position is if something negative does happen, we're right there. Sometimes when an alert comes in and it's on the opposite runway, the tower has to stop traffic. We have to cross runways. We're looking, and our drivers, who are the most important out here in my opinion, making sure aircraft stop, we got clearance from the tower, making sure that we're safe to go across. And you got to remember, you still got airplanes in the air trying to get where they need to go. So it's a neat, it's a very organized chaos in a sense, especially out there with all the aircrafts. But these trucks have 3,000 gallons of water in them. Each truck, we can put out normally an aircraft fire, if it's a minor fire, in no time. And when you're on these trucks, you got HFD in one ear, you got the tower in another ear, you're on the headset, you've got ops radio in the back. You're talking to the pilot, you're talking to the tower, you're listening, you're watching. It's a group effort for sure. So one of the negative things about the Aircraft Fire and Rescue Division when it comes to training and experience, most everything we do is in our heads. We imagine a scenario of what could happen, because we can't just go out and blast water at an aircraft. You know, that causes damage. We can't, with our HRET, which is the piercing, the truck that can pierce the fuselage, we can't go out and do that. So out here we do a lot of mental training, a lot of discussions, learn these trucks, learn the airfield at night. To see it at night it's like being in the ocean, and you're looking for navigational lights, and you have to know what color light represents a taxiway, what color light represents a runway, what color light represents hold positions. Like I said, when I got here, I was like, whoa, what did I get myself into? So lots of learning. It's not an easy job. And then when you think about an incident on an aircraft, here you're going to have at least 50 to over 100, 150 people in one incident on an aircraft. This job couldn't be done without good quality equipment. These things are very, very impressive. I say things. These trucks, Rosenbauer trucks, are very impressive. The capability of these trucks and the ability to put water, foam on an aircraft under a certain emergency. You don't use the same agent for every fire. We also have rescue tools on here. Obviously, every fire truck has ladders. Every fire truck, we have axes. We have emergency hydraulic tools to pry something if we need to. You got to remember, this is a large aircraft. Lots of twisted pieces are going to be. If something's bad, it's not going to be just let me open the door. So. But we have the ability with these trucks and this equipment that the Aircraft Fire and Rescue Division provides us to handle most everything. You know, I don't think you could ever convince somebody to want to do this job. I think you either have something in your psyche, something in your demeanor that is a little different. But it is a calling, and I don't know how, like I said, I don't think you convince people to be firefighters. But I think there's an avenue in the fire service for anybody, EMTs, paramedics. You've got, a division that goes very unrecognized in fire service is our dispatch system. There's the inspection division, there's the arson division. There's a lot of avenues you can get to. Most people do this job not because I look cool in a big bad fire truck. It's because something in me tells me I need to help people. I need to. That's my calling. You know, make a person on their worst day or a bad day, see if I can make it a little better for them. So, being a part of a team. I've been an athlete my whole life, and this is a team/family is what the fire service is. What you are with your crews. That's what that is. Like I said, I love it. Still love it. We'll always love it. I'm pretty sure of that.